Good morning, everyone. I am Yadbala Kapil, and today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic, that is models of human resource management. So far, we had discussed about introduction of HRM, then we had discussed about the difference between personal management and human resource management. Then we had discussed about what is the functions and what are the objectives of HRM. And today I'll be talking about the various models of HRM. Now, if I talk about models of HRM, if somebody asks you, so all the models, different authors, different scientists, different thinkers have given uh, different models of HRM, but there are two types of HRM. There are two types of models of HRM. One is the hard, and the another is the soft HRM models. When I'm talking about the hard part, and it means that focuses on quantitative, that focuses on the calculative, and that focuses on the business strategic aspects of managing human resource. So in short, you have to understand that hard part is more of the result oriented. You have to calculate the performance of the employees, and you are actually evaluating the performance, and you are giving the appraisal of that particular person based upon the work, based upon the results that he has given to the organization, the benefit that he or she has given to the organization. So hard part is more of result oriented. By contrast, the soft version emphasizes more on the communication part, more of the motivation part, more of the leadership part. So that is, if I talk about the soft part, soft model of HRM, that the focus of the soft model of HRM is mainly upon the how to focus on the people. So that is people centered, and the hard part is your result centered, and it is people centered. Now, there is another model of HRM, that is contextual model of HRM. Now, contextual model of HRM talk about the importance of environmental factors. See, environment affects the people most. How? Because there are two kind of environmental factors. It could be internal factors, it could be external factors, that not only affects the performance of the employee, but that affect the organization as a whole. When I'm talking about the internal environment of the organization, it mainly focus upon the how the structure of the organization run, what are the tasks that are being given, what are the policies of the organization, what are the rules and regulations of the organization. So they all actually makes a internal part of the organization. Is the internal environment is motivating the employee, or employee is being affected by the internal environment? Then second focus is on the external factors, the political factors, the economic factors, the societal factors, the cultural factors, the ecological factors. So these are all the factors that actually talk about internal and external factors we talk about in the contextual model of HRM. Now, contextual approach is basically focused on integrating the human resource management in the environment it is developed. So that is how you integrate the human resource management in both, that is in the internal as well as the external environment. When we are talking about the internal environment, what you have to do, you have to frame the policies as per the organizational need, as per the environment, as per the people's need. Now, broader set of stakeholders involved, and when we are talking about the external environment or external factor, in order to frame those policies, in order to frame those HR strategies, what you have to do, you have to include all these stakeholders. You have to include the shareholders, you have to include the customers, you have to include the banks, you have to include the wholesalers, whomsoever is there in the external environment. You have to actually involve them in the formulation and implementation of strategies. Then only you can easily find out what are the need of each and every person, and then you can actually make a perfect fit. So that is basically the contextual model of HRM, that would focus on the what role environmental factors plays in human resource management. Now, coming to the another model that was being given by Pomeroy, Tichy and Devana in 1984 at the Michigan Business School. Now, this particular model is also referred as matching model of HRM. This model, as I've stated in the previous part, that the two general model is one is hard model and another is your soft model. So this Michigan and matching model of HRM focuses on the harder side of HRM, that is result oriented. So they focus more on that there should be a tight fit between the HR strategy and the business strategy. So that is, there should be a proper alignment between the HR strategy and the business strategy that should actually give results to the organization. A demand that available human resource must be matched with the jobs in the organization. So that is in these, I have stated that the main objective of human resource management is to find out the competent workforce. So that exactly matching model of HRM is saying that you have to match the skills of the employees as per the need of the organization. So that is, Michigan model focuses on two things. That is, one is matching the skills of the employees with the job, and second, it focuses on the hard part of the model. How hard part of the HRM? Because there should be, in order, if you want to get a good result, if you want to get better results, there should be a tight fit between HR strategy and the business strategy. Coming to the, this is very, very interesting, that is 5Ps model of HRM. This is, one is philosophy. You should be very, very clear what are business values. You should be very, that if you are saying that yes, the value of your organization is, if you're committing to the quality, so that is the, that actually the philosophy of the organization and the culture, what kind of culture you have established in the organization. Then the policy, second P stands for policy, that basically talk about guidelines for action on people related business issues and HR programs. So that is basically related to the policy should be made for the benefit of the people. Then programs should be framed in such a manner that facilitate change to address major people related business issues. If program should be designed in such a format, if a business is facing any kind of problem, so you should design a program. There might be a brainstorming session, that so people will come up with their ideas. Practices, another P stands for practices for leadership, managerial and operational role. Practice motivate needed role behaviors. So that is, you should develop a practice of giving more to the people. Focus on the managerial, focus on the leadership managerial, focus on the operational role practices that actually motivate the employees. Processes for the formulation and implementation of other activities define how activity, the process basically define how the activity should be carried out in the organization. Activities, for example, a certain task need to be completed in 10 minutes, but one employee has given a suggestion that this particular task can be done in 7 minutes or 6 minutes. So the process should be developed, that there should be a hit and trial method, that you should go and try that, yes, if the standard time to complete this particular task is 10 minutes, but how he or she employee is saying that it can be completed in 7 minutes. So just give a trial, and if you think yes, it is feasible, it can be done in a 7 minutes, formulate and implement that particular process in the organization, because that act not only benefits the employee, but it is employees, but also benefit to the organization. Coming to the next model, that is Harvard model, that was given by Beer et al. In 1984 at Harvard University. Now, Harvard model basically emphasize on the human soft side of the HRM. They basically focus on the leadership part, they focus on the communication part, they focus on the motivation. Harvard model believes that the employee is motivated, then they will definitely give their 100%. Motivation could be of any term, that they enjoy their work, they enjoy all the facilities that are being given by the organization to them. This model focuses on the fact that employees, like any other share, are equally important in influencing organizational outcome, because the major role is it is the people who actually runs the organization. It is the people who is putting their heart and soul for the organizational growth. So they should be treated as an asset. They should not be treated as a liability. If you treat them as an asset, they can do wonder. So that is basically the focus of the Harvard model. This is a Harvard model that is being designed, that you have to first identify the stakeholders' interests, that what is the interest of these stakeholders, that is, then you have to frame your strategy accordingly. HR strategies could be how your employee get influenced, human resources, how the flow of human resources would be there, how you have designed your reward system. For example, maybe the employee of the month, maybe the incentive based upon the performance, how your work system has been designed. Then if you design your HR strategy in this form, the outcome would be commitment of the people. You will be Organization would be 100% committed toward the organization. There would be a reduced cost. Then competence, you'll find a competent workforce. Now, long-term consequences, definitely, if you focus on these, if you frame a strategy in this format, you will definitely achieve organizational effectiveness. You will achieve individual well-being. You will be achieving societal well-being as well. Now, situational interest is what kind of workforce you have, how you have framed your business strategy, what is the management philosophy, how is the labor market, what kind of technology that you are using. So this is basically the Harvard model that you have to focus upon, and the main aspect of Harvard model is to focus on the soft side of the people, how to motivate that particular employee if you want them to do wonders in the organization. Coming to the next model, that is guest model. When we are talking about guest model, it is, as you can see, organizational effectiveness can be achieved if you focus on the strategic integration of the business strategy and the HR strategy. There should be a proper tight fit between HR strategy and the business strategy. High commitment from the organization as well as from the employee side. The quality of work is need to be improved of the employees. Then flexibility, employees should be given a freedom to express their view. They should be given a freedom to perform their task in their own way. So that is basically the guest model that actually focuses on how the organize. If we focus upon the strategic integration, if we focus on the commitment, high commitment, if we are focused on the quality and flexibility, organizational effectiveness can be achieved.